Hello and welcome to Brisbane. We've come back down from Hervey Bay and Bundaberg to Brisbane. And our first stop today is, well, we didn't mean for this to happen, but it's another alcohol tasting. But don't worry, we are doing things besides tasting alcohol here in Brisbane. So this is just the first stop. And this is Beenleigh Rum Distillery.
What have we got there?
Barrel-aged, the bourbon barrel-aged one. That's nice.
I imagine this is your fave.
Well, I haven't tried it yet. Spice rum. It's good. It's got a bit of that spicy kick at the end. Pretty smooth.
I'll be on the waters today. Nah, just kidding. That could pass for just another flavour, not necessarily as spiced like the rest of them that are overspice things to show that they're meant to be drunk at Christmas time. This is just another good flavour. The 5-year-old double cask. There's not much smell. It's all in the flavour with that one. That is fantastic. The one bourbon that we have smells a little like this, kind of musty, and they say traditional fudge notes on the palate, and I believe them. This one's got to be the closest to a Scotch. It's 10 year.
Yeah, like a very smooth Scotch, I think. Quite nice, quite nice. I like.
So this one's the honey liqueur, which is exactly their double cask 5-year-old rum, but with a teaspoon to a bottle of Ligurian bee honey sourced from Kangaroo Island, which is the purest honey in the world. Wow, I can't believe that's just 1 teaspoon to a bottle. That is so, it's sweet and rich and thick with delicious honey. This is the rum liqueur. It's 20% down from 40% by adding a reduced version of the molasses. But it smells so good. Like definitely apricots, like apricot jam, full on apricot jam, and plum. I just want to keep sniffing. Okay, I'll taste it. That's sweet. And it brings out the flavours so well because of that. It's full on. Oh, that's so nice.
Just got stung by a bee on the way out, but that is no reflection on the rum, which was delicious. We went to a certain other distillery another time and had a tasting and didn't think much of their recipe, but this one, completely different story. So good. Every single one that we tried was good. And we ran away with 2 bottles. We did the little distillery tour, but we couldn't take any electronics in there, unfortunately. But we saw how they make all of the rum and learned all about it. And if you're ever up this way, definitely pop into Beenleigh Artisan Distillery and do the tour and the tasting, because that was really nice rum. But anyway, I think we're going to head to somewhere non-alcohol related and have a bit of a wander around. We've come to the summit of Mount Cootha to get a view over Brisbane. Behind me here is the main CBD of Brisbane, and up here is a spectacular view of pretty much all of Brisbane, I would say, that you can see from way over there to way over here. It's a pretty big city. It is the capital city of Queensland after all. Just down at the bottom of this hill is the Mount Cootha Botanic Gardens, which I think might be our next stop.
If you come to the top of Mount Cootha, there's a cafe up here too, for your enjoyment.
We've come down to the Mount Cootha Botanical Gardens, and right now we're inside the little glass house where they have all of the tropical plants. But so far we've also seen lots of cactuses and a whole lot of spiders overhead, which was a bit creepy walking underneath them because there were so many of them. Pretty crazy. And now I guess we'll go see what else there is to see. You can tell it's a very tropical environment in here because it feels a little bit like it was feeling up at Bundaberg the other week, or the other day should I say. And obviously these plants love it.
We eat a lot of jars of kaffir lime. Now I get to see what the real ones are. Have a sit.
Oh. I feel like I'm sitting on top of somebody.
Yeah, isn't there a character on Harry Potter that's kind of like this, with the face on the back of the head looking out?
Oh, you mean Voldemort?
Yeah.
Voldemort's behind my head, apparently. Tree ferns are cool. That's a throwback to our first ever video. If you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch
First
it.
ever.
First ever, that's right. My favourite part of Botanic Gardens is when they have a little water area. I just love the sound of running water. So we did try to go into the planetarium, which is here at the Botanic Gardens as well, but the general admission seems to be closed at the moment. They're only doing shows, and we did not pre-book for a show, so there'll be no going into the planetarium. But maybe when you're here, there will not be any viruses going on in the world, and you can go. But Jesse wants to go find something else.
Some bonsai trees.
All right, tree lover, what have you found?
Mini trees.
Many mini trees?
Have been forcibly shaped by wire.
They're so cute.
Got an exposed root on a Port Jackson fig.
Cool. If I had any kind of green thumb, I would probably grab one of these, but I'm just afraid that I would kill it, especially since we go away a fair bit and leave it unattended. But they're so cute.
The other monkeys won't want to climb this guy because he's spiky. Look at that guy. Whoa. Look at these guys. They've made it all the way down to pick up some water from the creek. See the fake big mozzies? Oh, there's another. He's not fake. Oh, okay.
You sure he's not fake?
He's fake.
So after traipsing around the Botanical Gardens, I was very thirsty and a little bit hungry, looking for an afternoon snack. So I've come to Soapbox Beer and I've grabbed myself a Cheeky Tiki dry apple cider, which is from Ohana Winery and Cidery that we went to in Bundaberg the other day. And Jesse's got himself a tasting paddle. So, what have you got there, Jesse?
So the choices here are amazing. It all sounds very delicious. So what did we get? We got, that's the Nipa IPA, the Mocha Stout, and that one was a new, they've only just tapped the keg right now. I'm the first person to buy it, and I'm not meant to try it first, so I won't. But that's the red apple sour, which is, it's a different sour, because usually sours are made sour from bacteria that's added to the fruit during the brewing process, but this one, the yeast makes it sour. And apparently that's a first, so it should be cool. Now, what do I need to try? Let's have some IPA for a second. What I needed after our long walk today. Something that quenched the thirst. Bitterness is good, not too hoppy or anything. Kind of malty, delicious. This one was a Nipa. Yeah, it's a first of the tropics, comparatively anyway. What next? The new variety of the red apple sour. Some sours do it for me, others not. This one, I could sit on a glass of this. Slightly apple, definitely sour. You've got to be into that kind of Canotto type. Is it Chinotto? Canotto? That bitterness. Oh, bitters. You've got to be into bitters to like this one, I think. Now the final one. This one, the Mocha Stout. Barrel aged Mocha Stout. There's a lot going on in that. These are all good. I've made some good choices. I don't think there'd be bad choices here. And then for Dana, she's on her side, but we've got some popcorn chicken on the way, which just so happens to be gluten-free. She's cheering over there.
Good morning. It's a fresh day and we've come to South Bank today. Just grabbed our coffee from the Lost Bean, which was the first place that we saw this hot coffee. Pretty decent though, good call. And this part of South Bank here is the Parklands, where you can walk through all these nice arches with all the greenery and have a bit of a stroll along South Bank. Behind me is Little Stanley Street, where most things are closed now because we're here pretty early. You can eat basically anything that you want to eat along this street here, and Grey Street, the one behind it. And we're about to head down to the water. We've also noticed that there's a mini golf set up over here behind us, which I would love to play, but I don't think they're open yet, so maybe not today.
Is that a beach I see in the middle of Bris Vegas?
Yes, that's not quite the water that I was talking about, but you can actually go swimming at the city beach here. Have a little bit of a paddle. I'm not sure that you could swim in the river, so this is probably your only option if you want a bit of a paddle and a cool off. But today's nice and cloudy and cool, so no need right now. There's a spot in the city beach area where there's a map on the ground here, so you can get acquainted with Brisbane while you play. Is the Brisbane River, which you can walk alongside here at South Bank. It's a pretty nice chill walk. There's so much foliage down here and it's just a really nice place to be. And from here you can see a whole lot of Brisbane, pretty much the whole city behind me here, as well as some of the bridges. And if you're going to come to Brisbane, I think you should definitely come here and spend a bit of time with the food, the coffee and the water. Behind me is the Wheel of Brisbane as well. If you'd like to get an aerial view of the city, tickets for that are about $18 I think for an adult, so you can jump up there and have a look around. There are city cats that run along the Brisbane River and take you from place to place. So if you want to get out on the water, just hop on one of those. There's actually a city hopper, which is free to get between most of the places in the city. It's really nice being out on the water as well. You'll definitely have to come back to Brisbane and spend a bit more time here checking things out.
So
This is Epicurious, which is a herb garden in the middle of South Bank. And on certain days you can come here and get your herbs fresh from this garden. But you can't pick them yourself. You gotta wait for somebody else to harvest them for you. So the staff and volunteers pick the herbs and you can come and get them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays according to that blackboard over there. So we've left South Bank now and come over to Mount Gravatt, one of the more southern suburbs of Brisbane, and we're going to get not necessarily a healthy breakfast, but a delicious breakfast here at a completely gluten-free bakery. So what have we got here? Some goodies, a French vanilla slice, an eclair, and a pack of iced donuts. And all of them are gluten-free, which makes me very happy. Especially this one, because French vanilla slice used to be one of my favorite things to order from a bakery, and now you basically never see them gluten-free. Must be time for a taste test. I wish we got that puff of icing sugar in slow-mo. But that tastes delicious. The custard is just what you want custard to be, really. Plus the flaky pastry on the top and bottom. Okay, the eclair. I ordered all the messy things to eat, didn't I?
Oh no.
That's a good eclair too. Nice sweet cream in the middle. And last but not least, the donuts. We all know I have a weakness for donuts. I'll go with the strawberry one. It's nice and soft and the icing's nice and sweet and delicious with the crunchy, what do you call those? Hundreds and thousands?
Hundreds and thousands, yeah.
This is going to be delicious, but since this is breakfast, I may not eat it all at once. Alright, I think we have one more stop here in Brisbane, so shall we head on over there? Well, our last stop was a bit of a fail. They're unfortunately closed. Sucks to end on a fail, but you know, sometimes when you're traveling things just don't go to plan. So we will definitely have to come back to Brisbane another time and explore all the things that we missed this time around, because there is so much to see in Brisbane and so many breweries, which Jessie loves.
More outdoor stuff. More food joints.
Yes, definitely more food joints. There's some pretty cool markets around here if you come on the right days, so next time. I think we're going to head out of Brisbane now, and we'll see you in the next one. If you would like to see more videos from us, please subscribe below, and see you next time.
Oh, the spice melange. Rum runner.
Oh shit. Just got stung by a bee.
Did ya? Oh no.
Meow.
To get the real experience with the honey rum liqueur, and apparently if you have it with a bee sting. Did a weird clutch on the screen.
You're hitting the video button, that's why.
Ah.
So if you'd like to get an aerial view of the city, you can climb on that.
Oh, where are these somebody else's? Do they come out of the ground?
Sure. Stapled in the middle. Sabotage. Shouldn't talk with my mouth open.
No, you should talk with your mouth open. Just not with food in it. Okay, next part. Talk with your mouth closed. Go. Review.
Good morning.